gentle music and sweet dreams await. In a quiet little forest, there lived a cuddly bear named Benny. Benny was the sleepiest bear in the whole forest. No matter what time of day it was, he always felt a little bit sleepy. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills and the sky turned a soft shade of purple, Benny let out a big double-arm yawn. "Oh, I think it's time for my bedtime," he mumbled, stretching his fluffy paws. The wind whispered gently through the trees, and the stars twinkled softly above. Benny waddled to his favourite sleeping spot, a cosy little cave lined with soft moss and fallen leaves. But tonight, something felt different. Even though his eyes were heavy, Benny couldn't fall asleep. He tossed and turned, curled up in a ball, then stretched out again. "Why can't I sleep?" he wondered. Just then, his friend Luna the owl fluttered down from a nearby tree. "Benny, try taking slow, deep breaths, in and out, like the gentle wind," Luna hooted softly. Benny closed his eyes and took a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Then Rusty the rabbit hopped over and whispered, "Imagine you are floating on a fluffy cloud, drifting through the sky, feeling warm and cozy." Benny imagined the softest cloud carrying him high above the forest, rocking him gently like a cradle. His big bare body became lighter and lighter. Next, the little fireflies around him blinked their tiny lights in a slow, sleepy rhythm. Blink, 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 like a lullaby made of stars. Benny let out one last sleepy sigh. This feels nice," he murmured, his voice getting softer. His paws relaxed, his breathing slowed, and his eyes finally closed. And just like that, Benny the sleepy bear drifted into the sweetest dream, filled with soft clouds, twinkling stars, and the comforting whispers of the night. Good night, little one. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and let your dreams carry you away. Just like Benny. And now, let's journey into another gentle story. In a quiet little garden, hidden behind an old wooden fence, lived a tiny snail named Shelley. He had a round, shiny shell with golden swirls, and he loved to explore every corner of his home. But there was one thing that made Shelley different from the other creatures in the garden. He moved very, very slowly. Each morning, when the dew still sparkled on the leaves and the birds sang their soft morning songs, Shelley would peek out from his cosy home under a big cabbage leaf and begin his day. But today felt different. Today I will explore places I've never been before, he thought, feeling a little excited and a little nervous at the same time. And so his great adventure began. Shelley stretched his tiny antennae toward the warm sunlight and took his first slow, steady steps. The garden was buzzing with life bees, hummed as they visited flowers. Ants marched in long lines, and a family of sparrows chirped happily on a tree branch. As Shelley made his way across the garden path, he spotted something shiny in the grass. It was a tiny golden pebble. "What a beautiful treasure," he whispered to himself. "Maybe I'll find more magical things today." With the golden pebble safely tucked inside his shell, he continued on his journey. After a while, Shelley heard a strange clunk-clunk sound. Looking around, he spotted Max the dung beetle, pushing a giant ball of dirt. "Hello, Max. What are you doing?" Shelley asked curiously. "I'm cleaning up the garden," Max replied proudly. "I roll these dirt balls to help keep the soil rich and healthy." Shelley watched in amazement. "That's very important work, Max." Max grinned. "Thanks, Shelley. If you're exploring, you should visit the Mystic Pond. They say the water there sparkles like the stars." "That sounds magical," Shelley exclaimed. He thanked Max and slowly made his way toward the pond. Shelley's journey led him to a field of wild flowers where the air smelled sweet and the petals danced in the breeze. As he admired the colours, a beautiful butterfly named Bella fluttered down beside him. "Hello, Shelley. Would you like to taste some nectar?" Bella offered. Shelley's eyes widened. "Oh, yes, please." Bella guided him to a flower with a tiny droplet of golden nectar. Shelley took a slow sip. It was the sweetest thing he had ever tasted. "That was wonderful. Thank you, Bella." "You're welcome, Shelley. Are you on an adventure?" "Yes, I'm looking for the Mystic Pond. Have you ever been there?" Bella nodded. "It's past the whispering grass. Be careful, the tall grass moves in the wind and tickles your shell." Shelley giggled. "I don't mind a little tickling." As Shelley made his way through the tall, swaying grass, he felt the tiny blades brushing against his shell. Swish, swish, swish. Suddenly, he heard a tiny voice. "Help, help!" Shelley stopped. Who could that be? He looked around and spotted a little ladybug stuck in a spider's web. "Don't worry, I'll help you," Shelley said bravely. With careful movements, he nibbled on the sticky threads until the ladybug was free. "Oh, thank you, Shelley," the ladybug said. "I thought I'd be stuck there forever." Shelley smiled. "Everyone needs a little help sometimes." The ladybug flapped her tiny wings. "As a thank you, let me show you a secret way to the pond." Following the ladybug's secret path, Shelley finally reached the mystic pond. The water sparkled in the moonlight. Tiny ripples danced across the surface, and fireflies twinkled like stars. This place is even more magical than I imagined, Shelley whispered. As he admired the beauty, the fireflies began to blink in a soft, sleepy rhythm. Blink, blink, blink. The gentle glow made Shelley feel warm and cozy inside. He let out a big yawn. This feels nice, he murmured, curling up on a soft patch of moss. His little eyes grew heavier and heavier until Shelley the snail drifted into the sweetest dream, filled with twinkling fireflies, shimmering water, and the soft whispers of the night. As the fireflies continued their silent lullaby, the garden slowly settled into a peaceful slumber. The wind whispered softly through the leaves. The stars twinkled gently above. And in his cozy little spot by the mystic pond, Shelley dreamed of new adventures waiting for him tomorrow. Good night, little one. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let your dreams carry you away just like Shelley. As dreams continue to drift, a new tale awaits you. Close your eyes, relax your body, and listen to a wonderful story. And now, the story begins. The sun was beginning to set over the peaceful forest, casting a golden glow through the trees. Tiny Hugo the hedgehog stretched his paws and wiggled his little nose as he peeked outside his cozy burrow. Today was a very special day. His best friend, Bella the bunny, was having a birthday party. Hugo had been looking forward to this all week. He had picked the juiciest, reddest berry from the bushes and wrapped it carefully in a fresh green leaf. He held it close as he started his journey through the woods. As he walked, he could hear the distant sounds of laughter and music. The closer he got, the more excited he became. His tiny feet pattered quickly against the soft grass until, at last, it was magical. Colourful balloons swayed gently in the breeze, and long strings of wildflowers decorated the trees. A big wooden table was filled with delicious treats, crunchy nuts, sweet honey cakes, and juicy berries. A large round cake covered in wildflowers sat right in the centre. Bella saw Hugo and hopped over with a big smile. "Hugo, you made it!" she cheered, giving him a warm hug. "Happy birthday, Bella," Hugo said, holding out his carefully wrapped berry. Bella's eyes sparkled as she unwrapped it. "Oh, Hugo, this is the biggest, juiciest berry I've ever seen. Thank you so much." She carefully placed it on the table next to the cake. Come on, we're about to play games. The first game was tag. Bella, Hugo, Charlie the squirrel, Mia the mouse, and Oliver the owl ran in circles, laughing and dodging each other. Charlie was the fastest, darting around like a flash, while Hugo giggled as he tried to keep up. Next, they played musical leaves. Bella tapped a tiny drum, while everyone danced around a circle of colourful autumn leaves. When the music stopped, they had to quickly find a leaf to sit on. Hugo spun in circles, giggling as he plopped onto a soft red leaf just in time. After that, it was time for jump over the log. Each friend took turns hopping over a big log. Hugo was small, but he was determined. He took a deep breath, wiggled his little nose, and with a mighty leap made it. "Yay, Hugo, you did it!" Mia cheered. The friends clapped and cheered as Hugo smiled proudly. Then came Hugo's favourite part cake time. Everyone gathered around as Bella's mother placed the candle on the big round honey cake. "Make a wish, Bella," Oliver said. Bella closed her eyes, made a wish, and blew out the candle. Everyone cheered, and soon they were all munching on sweet, soft cake. Hugo took a big bite, and his little tummy felt warm and happy. But after so much running, playing, and eating, Hugo started to feel very, very sleepy. He yawned and rubbed his tiny eyes. "I think I need to go home now," he said softly, stretching his paws. "Oh no, Hugo, don't leave yet," Bella said. "We still have one more game to play," Charlie added. "And more cake," Mia said, handing him another slice. Hugo loved his friends and didn't want to miss out on the fun, but his paws felt heavy and his eyes kept closing. He tried to sit up straight, but his little body was getting too tired. "I had so much fun, but I really need to sleep now," Hugo said gently. Bella looked at him and smiled. "That's okay, Hugo. Good friends listen to each other. Have a good sleep." Everyone gave Hugo a warm hug before he waddled back home. The forest was quiet now, with only the soft sounds of crickets and rustling leaves in the wind. The moon shone gently through the trees, lighting the path to Hugo's burrow. He curled up into a soft, warm ball, his tiny nose tucked under his paws. As he closed his eyes, he thought about all the fun he had, the games, the laughter, and the delicious cake. "Today was a wonderful day," he whispered sleepily to himself. And with a happy sigh, Hugo drifted off into a deep, peaceful sleep, dreaming of the next adventure with his friends. Good night, Hugo. Good night, little one. Among the soft night breezes, listen closely to the next story. Welcome to tonight's story. Tonight we meet a little bunny who loves to gaze at the sparkling night sky, where the stars shine like little gems. Every night she imagines magical stories whispered by the stars. Let this story gently guide your child into peaceful sleep and sweet dreams, just like the little bunny loves. In a quiet little forest, where the trees whispered in the wind and the fireflies danced like tiny lanterns, there lived a small, fluffy rabbit named Luna. She loved looking at the night sky, especially the twinkling stars. Every night, she would sit outside her burrow and gaze up in wonder. One evening, as the moon shone gently and the world was wrapped in a soft silver glow, Luna noticed something special. Among all the stars, there was one that sparkled brighter than the rest. It twinkled like a tiny diamond, sending out golden beams that made Luna's heart fill with curiosity. Why that star shined so brightly, I wish I could find out, Luna whispered. Determined to discover its secret, she closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and made a wish. Please, let me visit the shiniest star in the sky. As soon as she whispered her wish, a gentle breeze carried her into a soft, dreamy sleep. When Luna opened her eyes, she was no longer in her burrow. Instead, she was floating high above the trees, soaring through the night sky like a feather in the wind. The air was cool and crisp, filled with the scent of moonflowers. She drifted higher and higher until she found herself standing on a fluffy cloud. In front of her stood a shimmering figure, star guardian, with a cloak made of stardust and eyes that sparkled like the galaxy. "Welcome, little one," the star guardian said with a warm smile. "You wished to know why the star shines so brightly, didn't you?" Luna nodded eagerly. The guardian chuckled softly and pointed to the glowing star nearby. "It shines because it is filled with kindness, love, and dreams. The more love it receives, the brighter it glows." Luna's eyes widened. "So, stars shine because of love?" The guardian nodded. "Yes, every time someone makes a wish, shares happiness, or dreams with a kind heart, the stars grow brighter." Luna smiled, feeling warmth spread through her little paws. "Then I'll always share love and kindness, so the stars will always shine." The guardian gently touched Luna's forehead, and in an instant, she felt herself floating again, drifting back to her cozy burrow. Luna slowly opened her eyes and found herself curled up in her warm nest. The stars were still twinkling above, and the air was filled with a soft, sleepy hush. She yawned, stretching her tiny paws. "Maybe I was dreaming," she murmured. But when she looked up at the sky, she saw that the shiny star was glowing even brighter than before. A gentle smile spread across her face. She snuggled deeper into her fluffy bed, her heart filled with warmth and peace. As Luna's eyes fluttered closed, she whispered, "Good night, little star. I'll always dream with love." And with that, she drifted off into the sweetest, coziest sleep. Good night, little dreamer. May your dreams be filled with magic, love, and twinkling stars.